Well, the first Michigan game has come and gone, and it's time to do a post-game analysis one day later. So, very pleased with how the first game went. They defeated Colorado State 51-7, and was very pleased with the defense, very pleased with the offense once McCarthy came in, and everything, it's just... Offense started out pretty slow. Is that McNamara's fault? Maybe. Obviously, Michigan fans wanted McCarthy from the start. Before the season started, and I think now after this first game, I think it's clear McCarthy's the guy. McNamara just looked off. He threw 18 passes. Only half of those were completions. Almost threw an interception, but luckily the guy dropped it. He could have had an interception. McCarthy, he only threw 4 passes, but all of them were completions. They looked like great passes. And McCarthy also had a 20-yard touchdown run. Defense was obviously the best. This is the best defensive performance I've seen Michigan have in a really long time. 8 sacks, an interception, and a scoop and score. And the scoop and score, which DJ Turner, luckily for him, he was paying attention. It went by 2 other guys. They were just going to let it go. DJ was like, well, whistle hasn't blown. Let's pick it up, go all the way. And he did. Touchdown. Biggest opening game win since 2016 when they beat Hawaii 63-3, which, funny enough, that's our opponent next week. McCarthy will have the start for that game, and I'm expecting they're going to absolutely blow out Hawaii. Hawaii already has 2 games under their belt. They allowed 63 points against Vanderbilt, and they allowed like 49 points last night against Western Kentucky. So going up against an offense like Michigan and J.J. McCarthy getting the start, they're going to absolutely just pop off. Defense should do the exact same thing, and next week should be a huge win for Michigan. This week, I was very happy with the game, very, very pleased. There were some concerns about the defense, especially with Mike Macdonald leaving to be the DC for the Ravens in the NFL. Aiden Hutchinson getting drafted to the Lions. David Ojabo getting drafted to the Ravens. Daxton Hill getting drafted to the Bengals. There were some questions about the defense, but, man, they showed up. Defense looked awesome, man. 8 sacks. I cannot stress that enough. 8 sacks, an interception, and a scoop and score touchdown. Running game was great as usual. McNamara did have a passing touchdown, but it was just on a simple screen pass to Roman Wilson, and he made something out of nothing. But even when the second stringers came in, they looked pretty good. Colorado State's touchdown came in garbage time. Very, very clean game. Very obedient for Michigan, for both teams. Only 1 penalty the entire game. Only 1. And that was a Michigan holding call late in the game. Colorado State did commit a holding call, but it was declined because a sack would have resulted in a loss of more yards. But I'm very pleased with how Michigan performed. The only thing I'm concerned about is Cade McNamara. Obviously, every Michigan fan will say this, J.J. McCarthy's the guy. I'm very excited to see how he'll perform next week against Hawaii. It should be, they're gonna blow their socks off. They should, on paper. Hopefully it's not a disappointment. It's going to be a night game, 8 o'clock, because they're playing Hawaii. They're 6 hours behind, so their fans of Hawaii will be 2 p.m. for when it starts. Very excited, very optimistic with this team so far. And I know you could say, well, it was only Colorado State. Well, Colorado State made a lot of changes this year. Basically, 2022 Colorado State is just 2021 Nevada, and that team was pretty good. So getting this kind of win against a decent team, it's very, very pleasing. And I mean, who knows? Maybe Colorado State will end up being shit. Who knows? But very happy with Michigan. I hope they keep this success going. I hope they keep it for when they play Hawaii for the game. I'm going to the Connecticut game, and then when they start Big Ten play, let's just hope they continue the success last season. Maybe even go undefeated. Who knows? We'll see. But thank you, Michigan. Keep up the hard work. Keep up the great performance. J.J. McCarthy, I'm very excited for what you're gonna do. Cade McNamara, you're not the guy anymore. And I don't want to diss McNamara. He came in 2020 when Michigan was shit with Joe Milton, and he came in and performed well. Last season, obviously, he was the main reason why, we beat Ohio State, won the Big Ten, went to the college football playoffs. We can't take that away from him, but it's McCarthy's time to shine, and I think he's going to play great. So we'll see. Very happy with Michigan. Keep up the great work.